Hi guys, welcome to the channel Learn Concepts with Nikhil, Discover, Learn and Grow. So from this video, right? So from this video, we will be learning about business analysis. So we will be making a course related to business analysis, right? To give an introduction of business analysis is one of the most in demand skill for every organization, right? Every organization need business analysts. Why? Because like business analysis is the only discipline which will be bridging the gap between the stakeholders as well as solution team. We will be learning about that in the next slide. So yeah, let's jump into the course, guys. So this course contains around 40 to 50 videos, I guess. Even I don't know. Like I'm starting now only now. So like it contains around 40 to 50 videos, and it will be having everything about business analysis and business analyst. So what is business analysis? Business analysis is a process of identifying business needs and technical solutions to business problems. So you can read this, which is present on the screen. But business analysis is a discipline. It's a research discipline which will be identifying the business problems, business needs uh, of the clients. Like the businesses which are facing the problem are our clients, right? So we will be implementing various techniques and tools like surveys, requirement gathering, requirement analysis, and we will be implementing all these things in order to find the business problems, business needs, and we will be analyzing the requirements, and we will be uh, giving them the solution, right? That is nothing but business analysis. It involves gathering and I said you right. It involves gathering and analyzing data to improve processes, systems, and overall business performance. Uh, like to improve processes, systems, we will be discussing about these things. But as of now, you understand that like it will be gathering the business analysis is nothing but it will be gathering the requirements from the businesses. That is nothing but our client business, and it will be analyzing those requirements, and then it will be giving the perfect solution which that business which is facing the problem. So that is about business analysis. And coming to second point, BA is a business analysis is a bridge between stakeholder and solution team. So coming to this point, right? Stakeholders are nothing but who has the impact on the business. It may be direct stakeholder or indirect stakeholder. Nobody cares, but stakeholders are the someone like they are the people who will be having direct or indirect impact on the business, right? So those are stakeholders, and in this case, in the context of in the context of BA, stakeholders are nothing but uh, clients. Actually, stakeholders are divided into two parts. One is internal stakeholder, and next one is external stakeholder. So for us in the context of BA, stakeholder is the client. So like he's the external stakeholder, and solution teams are the internal stakeholders. Why? Because they are present in our company, right? So it is a bridge between stakeholders, that is nothing but client, and the solution team. Solution team is nothing but like uh, you will be having design team, development team, testing team. Those all belong to solution team. So they will be gathering the requirements from the stakeholders, and they will be implementing the solution with the help of solution team. So BA business analysis eh, bridges the gap between the stakeholders as well as external stakeholders as well as internal stakeholders. So, coming to third point, BA is the research discipline of identifying the business problems and determining the solutions. As I said you before, it will be identifying the business problems based on the requirements. Like uh, we will be discussing about all these things, but in order to give an idea, he will be business analyst will be gathering the requirements. He needs to ask so many questions, guys. Sometimes now they cannot client cannot explain the problem clearly, so we need to ask so many questions. As a business analyst, we need to ask so many questions and take the requirements so that we can build the perfect solution. So that is the third point. It is a research discipline of identifying the business problems and determining the solutions. BI identifies the process gaps and system upgradations. So he will be identifying the process gaps. For example, let's take 1990s. Let's take banks for example. Let's take banks for example in 1990s and 2025. In 1990s, right? If we want to go, if we are a government employer, we are any employee. If we want the salary, we need to go to the bank. They will be giving us some tokens. I don't know how it has worked, but I am assuming that like we need to go to the bank and they will be giving us some tokens. We need to wait for some hours and some hours in order to collect our salary, right? In order to collect our salary or in order to collect our money from the bank. It is in 1990s, but in 2025, salary is directly credited into our bank account and we can access that in our phones, right? Salary or money or anything, like we can access directly from our phones. So business analyst is the one who will be identifying the gaps. Previously it used to be only manual, right? We need to go to the bank, tokens and all these stuff things. So he will be identifying the gaps. He will be identifying the problem. Like people are facing some problem. Like business is facing some problem. करके. He will be identifying those gap. In our case, there is a manual. Like we need to transform from manual to digitalization. So business analyst will be identifying the gaps of like it's a manual. I need to convert into digital and he will be analyzing the requirements, he will be analyzing the problem, and he will be coming up with a solution and he will be implementing that solution with the help of solution team, right? So in this process gap, like transforming manual thing into digitalization, right? He will be transforming manual thing into digitalization. And in this process, business analyst will be playing a very key role, right? So he will be bridging the gaps. Not we cannot call bridging, but he will be transforming. He will be identifying the process gaps, and he will be uh, transforming that process, one process to another process. And second thing is system upgradation. System upgradations are nothing but nowadays every company is moving to cloud, right? So business analyst also plays a key role in doing system upgradations. And apart from this, he will be doing many things. We will be learning in the future videos too, right? As I said you before, there are 40 to 50 videos. So we will be having very, very, very in detailed knowledge about business analysis and business analyst. So what is the role of BA? As I said you before, like he will be bridging the gap between the external stakeholders and internal stakeholders. That is nothing but like client as well as solution team. He will be bridging the gap between those two disciplines by understanding the business requirements. So yeah, he collects the requirements, he understands the requirements, and he analyzes the requirements and translating them into actionable solutions. As I said you before, he will be making implementation with the help of solution team. That is nothing but design, development, research teams, and all those things. So he will be making the actionable solutions by understanding the business problems. So they gather, as I said you before, they gather, analyze, and document business needs, ensuring alignment with the project goals. Like as per the client, as per the client business needs, and as per the client business requirements, you will be building the exact solution with the help of a solution team. So key skills needed for business analyst or analysis. First is communication skills. Ability to clearly convey information to stakeholder and technical teams. As I said you before, business analyst is the one like who is the mediator between stakeholders as well as technical team, right? Technical or solution team. Solution team directly cannot go to stakeholders and take the requirements. Why? Because like they don't understand business language, right? Like they cannot speak business language. So business analyst is the one who will be speaking in business language with the stakeholders. That is nothing but clients, and he will be also speaking or he will be also communicating with the technical team in the technical language. Here, technical language in the sense like we don't need to explicitly know coding, but technical language is the one like you need to convey clear information, clear requirements which client has given us. For example, with the technical team, we will be communicating the requirements in the form of BRDs, FRDs, UML diagrams, BPMN diagrams, and we will be learning all this about all this. But business analyst will, but as of now, you to give an idea, business analyst will be talking with the technical people in the technical language, and he will be talking with the business people or the clients in the in the business language. So communication is one of the key skill needed for business analyst. Next is analytical thinking. Analytical thinking is nothing but we have learned about SQL, right? That is analytical thinking. Like we need to break down the complex data and identify the patterns or insights from the data, right? For example, like client may give us so much of data and he may ask us to identify the patterns and build a solution. Okay. So it's one of the key skill needed for business analyst. Previously, like SQL, Power BI, and Excel are not so mandatory for business analyst. But in this present generation, competition is growing, right? So, uh, uh, if you have the skills of SQL, Power BI, and Excel, you have a competitive edge over others. So it's like building identifying the patterns and insights from the large complex data. So it is one of the analytical thinking is also one of the key skill needed for business analysts. Next is problem solving. As I said you before, like we need to be a problem solver. We need to identify the requirements, and we need to identify the business problem, and we need to solve them creatively. We need to solve them uniquely, right? So business analyst need to be a problem solver. He needs to solve the problems, like solve the problem of the business, right? Next is technical proficiency. As I said you before, like business analyst explicitly don't need to like no need to know coding, right? He should know the concepts of technical things. For example, he if he has the concepts of cloud computing, if he has the concepts of web development, if he know the concepts of data analytics, that's enough. He don't need to know not data analytics, but if he knows the concept of cloud computing and web development, that's enough. No need to explicitly know coding. But yeah, that's the point here. He need to translate those concepts. Like he needs to translate in an efficient manner. So he business analyst should be having the knowledge of technicality too, but no need to explicitly know coding, right? Yeah. Next, requirement gathering. Skill in collecting detailed actionable business requirements from stakeholders. Requirement gathering, I'll say you one point. Like the more you ask questions, the more you will be getting the answers, right? So while collecting the requirements, like while gathering the requirements, sometimes client may give you a limited information, limited requirements. So as a business analyst, you need to ask more and more and more questions so that you can build the perfect solution for the client, and client can be happy, like client can be satisfied with our work. So business, the main and underrated skill, like nobody will be mentioning that, but the main and underrated skill of business analyst is to ask more and more and more questions in order to gather more and more and more requirements. So ask questions, guys. No need to think what he will think if I ask so many questions. That's none of our concern and none of our business. Ask any questions, any number of questions. They will be answering, and in fact, they will be happy. The clients will be happy that like he has found the perfect business analyst and perfect business. So ask more questions so that you can gather more and more requirements. Next is business acumen. Business acumen is nothing but like understanding of business operations and market trends to make informed decisions. Apart from this, like he needs to understand market trends and business operations, and he needs to have business acumen, business thinking. But apart from this, like business, business analyst should be a continuous learner, right? Developer will be working on coding only. Designer will be working on designing and all these things. But business analyst will be working in different domains. Like he for one project he has to work in healthcare sector. For one project he has to work in finance sector. For one project he has to work in e-commerce sector. So business analyst business analyst work is to work in different sectors, and give the solutions to those problems. So if the business analyst is working in the healthcare sector, he needs to know terms like I don't know healthcare terms, but if he is working in supply chain management sector, supply chain sector, there are terms like logistics, inventory, and all those other stuff, right? He needs to get the idea of those terms. He needs to continuously learn those ideas. He needs to continuously learn those things which is present in that particular domain. Coming to fintech or finance, there are terms like credit balance, debit balance, investment banking, corporate finance, ledger, and all those things, right? In the when coming to finance sector, so business analyst should also need to learn different domains. Like he needs to be a continuous learner, right? He cannot business analyst is not the one person who will be working only in particular one particular domain. He needs to work in different domains, so he needs to be a continuous learner. This is about business acumen and critical thinking. Critical thinking is nothing but like finding the perfect solutions. If he had a solution, he needs to think critically. Like, is this process suitable for the business, or is this system upgradation suitable for the business? Karke, he needs to think critically, right? So these are the key skills needed for business analyst. So now in this slide, we will be learning about the career path of BA. First, you will be 1 minute, guys. Yeah. So first he will be entering to corporate world, or he will be taking the job as a junior or entry level business analyst. This is a starting position of the business analyst, and he will be helping the senior business analyst or business analyst, and like he'll be helping in requirement gatherings and all those things and documentation too. So his package will be around 4 to 6 lakhs per year. That is for junior business analyst. Coming to business analyst, here's the it is the next step, second step of the BA career. He will be taking ownership of requirements gathering and process analysis. It's quite intuitive. You can understand it by seeing the slide only. And his package will be around 6 to 9 lakh per year. Next comes senior business analyst, and he will be handling the complex requirements, and his package will be 9 to 12 lakhs per year. Next, lead business analyst, and his package will be around 12 to 16 lakhs per year. Next, business analysis manager. Business analysis manager is the one who will be taking care of, he will be managing the team of BS, and his package will be around 15 to 20 LPA. And coming to business architect, after business analysis manager, there will be a we will be getting the position of business architect or enterprise architect, and his salary package will be around 18 lakhs to 25 lakhs per year. And after business architect, right, we can get a position of CTO or CTB. CTO is nothing but chief technical officer, or COO is nothing but chief operational officer. Why? Because like we will be having the clear understanding. The chief technical officer is not the one who will be doing coding. He should know all the concepts, all the concepts of technical things, right? So you may or may not get the CTO or COO, but yeah, this is a career path of BA, and this is service sector, in service companies. If you want to go into product-based companies, we have learned about the service-based companies, right? If you want to go into the product-based companies, after a business analyst, there may be a career path of junior product manager, then product manager, then senior product manager, then product owner. Actually, first there will be product owner, then after that it will be product manager. So you will be shifting into product type roles like product owner, product manager, senior product manager, and all those things. But yeah, work will not work also will not be same, but the processes which you are following, like the product manager and business analyst, will be the same. The processes will be same. Like you'll be following the same SDLC processes, same agile principles, and all those things. But the work will be different. Product manager will be working from the perspective of the customers, and business analyst will be working from the perspective of clients or businesses. Product managers will be developing PRDs, that is nothing but product requirement documents, and business analyst will be working on BRDs and FRDs, business requirement documents and functional requirement documents. But like both will be doing the UML diagrams, both will be doing the mockups, you both will be helping in doing the prototypes. We'll be learning all these things as well, like UX and mockups, like mockups and prototypes. These all come under UX design. We'll be learning all these things in the future course of videos. But yeah, this is the difference between BA and PM, that is nothing but product manager. And yeah, there will be a slight difference of salaries too. Why? Because PMs work in a product based company, so they will be getting more salary or more package compared to BA. But yeah, BA is one of the hottest role. Why? Because like there are more service based companies comparing to product based companies, right? Yeah. And I will be covering about product management too in the next course. In this course, we are covering about business analysis, right? In the next course, even that will be containing around 40 to 50 videos, and we will be learning about in-depth about product management too in that videos, in that course. So this is the career path of BA. Next comes next slide, and this is the last slide, I think. So yeah, this is the last slide. So in this slide, why we will be discussing about why AI can't replace BA. First thing is first, like first things first, human-centered decision making, right? Business analyst, as a human, we can empathize with the businesses, we can empathize with the clients, we can empathy is nothing but stepping into the shoes of others and thinking like them. But AI cannot do like that, right? It can show sympathy, but it cannot be empathy, right? It cannot understand emotions of the humans. So that is the reason why AI can't replace business analysts, and it cannot build relationships, as I mentioned in the point. It cannot build relationships, and it does not understand cultural dynamics. So we AI cannot replace BS. Like AI makes BS life easier. Not only BS, it makes everyone's life easier. But it cannot replace BS or another job roles. It makes life easier, but you have to upgrade your skills always, right? If you don't upgrade your skills, AI will take your job. But if you upgrade your skills on the continuous basis, AI cannot do anything, right? AI cannot do, AI father also cannot do anything. So you need to upgrade your skills. You need to be updated with the trends and all those things. And AI leverages your work. AI facilitates and helps your work and makes your life easy. Next is contextual understanding. Business analyst can think from the perspective of the context, like uh, from the perspective of the particular situation, and can make strategic decisions. But AI cannot have the contextual understanding, right? It cannot think from the perspective of one particular situation. It will be giving us the general answer, but it cannot think from the perspective of one particular situation, and it cannot have the contextual understanding to make strategic decisions. So in this point also, AI cannot replace business analysts. Next is creativity and problem solving. So business analyst will be solving the problems creatively for the unique problems, right? If there is a unique problem, he will be using his creativity to solve the problems. AI will also solve the problems. There is not a that is not a problem with AI, but it cannot solve the problems creatively, right? Business analyst will also solve the problems, but he can solve the problems creatively. But AI cannot solve the problems creatively. So AI कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ेगा हमका हमारा, like it cannot do anything. It cannot do anything, right? So the one thing I want to say is like AI cannot affect your job role unless and until you stop upgrading or you stop updating, right? It makes our life easier, but it cannot impact our job roles. Next is communication and collaboration. See, as a business analyst, we have to collaborate with the internal stakeholders, external stakeholders, like clients, solution team, and we have to take surveys and all these things, right? We need to communicate and we need to collaborate with all those teams in order to get the perfect solution, in order to give the perfect solution for the client. But AI cannot collaborate. It maybe it can communicate, like it cannot communicate as a business analyst, right? It may communicate, but it cannot collaborate, right? So even AI cannot do anything in this point also. And strategic thinking, as I said you before, in the creativity and problem solving pointer, AI does thinking, but it cannot do strategic thinking as we do, as business analysts, as humans do. AI cannot do strategic thinking. So AI can't replace in this field also. So this is about introduction to business analyst. In the next videos, we will learn some more about business analysis, and we will jump into business analysis process and all. So thank you guys. Yep.